So me and Mrs. QJB decided to take a cruise to the Caribbean to celebrate our marriage. So we had to fly into San Juan because our cruise ship was leaving from there. So we figured we would do a little bit of sightseeing. We ended up checking out one of the forts that used to protect San Juan during World War II. This place was absolutely amazing. We ended up going inside doing like a little tour. It reminded me of playing a first-person shooter walking through here, man. You know what I mean? It was so weird. It was eerie. I could only imagine the things that went on in this fort. Not to mention the dungeon we went in. The ship's drone on the wall may be the work of a Spanish captain held here to await execution for mutiny. Look at the stuff that the people drew on the wall while they were waiting in this dungeon. That stuff is pretty creepy, isn't it? They had nothing else to do. They had no way out of this room. There were bars, as you see right here. Pretty crazy stuff. So we ended up continuing the tour of this fort. And like I said, the views were amazing. It overlooked pretty much everything. I could not imagine if I was living back then trying to protect San Juan in this fort, man. It's crazy. World War II observation post. So here was where they pretty much, looked over the sea, ocean, whatever you want to call it, to see who was coming to try to attack them. I'm going to give you a view of that right now. Check it out. Nothing but ocean out there. So we ended up walking around old San Juan at nighttime. It was amazing and beautiful, and I wanted to get on this party boat. Just got on the cruise ship. Look at this. Yeah, dog. Look at your boy. This is a nice room right here. You know. Your boy, I'm gonna go check out this balcony. Go out here. Woo! I thought this stuff was only on TV. This stuff is definitely real life, bro. Still in San Juan, Puerto Rico. We leave tonight. Then we're gonna be all over. So the first stop was St. Thomas, and we decided to do an underwater helmet dive. Check it out. Hold up, wait a minute. I forgot we gotta watch out for sharks. There's one right there, isn't it? Oh, never mind. That was pretty awesome. We ended up going to a beach just to see what everything was looking like. Look at how clear the water was. It was really, really hot out there. I'm not even gonna lie. I had my towel over my head, trying to block the sun. And then we ended up departing St. Thomas. I've never really been on a boat before, so I was feeling dizzy, a little bit of seasick, you know? But it was all good. Got some rest and we ended up in Barbados. I was hoping Rihanna was around, you know? But she was nowhere to be found. But we did take this tour where we are on like a sailboat. I'm gonna show you that right here. And it was really, really fun. Our captain was cool. As you see, he's doing all the work over there. I didn't know what he was doing. I have no idea how to do any of this stuff. I told you I've never really been on a boat, but it was amazing out here. We ended up riding by Rihanna's mansion. They said it was like $15 million somewhere out there. I don't know exactly where it was, but it was nice. I'm telling you, look at the water. We ended up snorkeling with sea turtles, but unfortunately, I forgot to bring my waterproof case with me. So I couldn't get in the water with my camera and show you guys. I apologize for that. But here we are on the beach in Barbados, and your boy had a little bit too many of those rum punches. Just pulled up at St. Lucia. Let's see what it looked like. Wow. So our next island we were taking an adventure on was St. Lucia. And we decided to ride some four-wheelers out there. It was absolutely amazing, but they took us to this banana plantation. I was hoping there wasn't any tarantulas, any snakes. I was looking around for pythons and all that, you know? You never know when you're out here, folks. But I ended up getting some footage riding on the four-wheelers. This was the first time that I ever rode on one, so it was really, really exciting. So that was a lot of fun, and I'm not even gonna lie. I got addicted to jerk chicken while I was out there in the Caribbean. I was eating it pretty much everywhere we stopped. It was so good. I'm telling you, folks, get you some. But anyway, we ended up having to leave St. Lucia once again on the cruise ship. But the next morning, we were gonna be in St. Kitts, and we had a lot of stuff planned there. I was excited. Look how beautiful the water was when you got off of the cruise ship. By the way, everyone on the ship was really nice, and the locals at all the islands were really cool. Look at that machine gun. And we got to St. Kitts. We were gonna be swimming with dolphins. Unfortunately, I didn't get any video footage, but I got the photos. I gotta go on the balcony and show y'all something. In St. Kitts, look at how beautiful it is. Look at that. Carnival cruise. But what is this? Uh-oh. I bought me a watch. Y'all wanna see it? Oh, it's upside down. My fault. Look at that. Nice. They told us there was a volcano somewhere up there. I don't know which one it is. Crazy, man. All that ocean. That nasty. Peace. Look at them pretty feet. So our last stop was St. Martin, and we were gonna be doing airplane watching. Look at that. Look at how low it's gonna get to the people standing there on the beach. And by the way, they're crazy. They were getting blown away and everything when a plane was taking off. So that was the trip, folks. It was really, really fun. We got to go to San Juan, St. Thomas, Barbados, St. Lucia, St. Kitts, St. Martin. It was a beautiful vacation. Let me know if you guys want to see any more vlogs. And make sure you follow me on Instagram at QJBEAT. That natty. Peace.